So, hey everyone, welcome back to day 4 or session 4 of Aptitude Sessions. And in today's topic, we'll be continuing puzzle test. And there are a few additional types or additional categories of puzzle tests which are identified. Not commonly used, but still you can find questions based on these topics. So I thought let's cover them as well in today's session. And yeah, so those three types are selection based on given conditions. The second one is family based puzzles. The third is jumbled problems. Okay, coming to selection based on given conditions. So what happens here is few essential criteria regarding how you should select. Your aim should be to analyze and select. Your ultimate goal or your ultimate answer is selecting the right answer. But how are you going to select? It is based on the given conditions. Okay, so there are few essential criteria for selection of a group of items, and the selection has to be made based on the given criteria. All right. So let's take up an example. So let's say amongst 6 boys, that is A, B, C, D, E, and F, and 5 girls, P, Q, R, S, and T. A team of 6 is to be selected, or a team of 6 has to be formed under the following conditions. A and D have to be together. C cannot go with S. S and T have to be together. B cannot be teamed with E. D cannot go with P. B and R have to be together. C and Q have to be together. Okay, so what does this mean? If at all you're selecting A from and you have to form a group of 6, you should also select D by default. That is, they have to be together. C cannot go with S. If you're selecting C, then you should not take S. Same way, vice versa. If you're selecting S, C cannot come into picture. Similarly with A and D. If you're selecting D, A also should be there. Okay. S and T have to be together. So if you're selecting S, T also should be selected, or the other way. That is, if T is selected, S also should be there. B cannot be teamed with E. That is, B and E cannot be taken together, just like how we had for C and S. One of them you take, the other you cannot take. And D cannot go with P. Fine. B and R have to be together, and C and Q have to be together. So these are the given conditions. All right. So let's move to the questions. If there are only 5 boys in the team, who is the other member? Okay. So they have asked us to select 5 boys out of 6. Okay. And we have to, the total team size should be 6 members. So how many boys are given? 6 boys. Among them, how many you're going to select? 5. So if you're taking A, it also implies that D should also come, because if you're choosing A, D also should come. So A and D have to go together. Then the next thing is you will have to choose one between B and E. They both cannot go together. B cannot be teamed with E. So from them, you will have to choose one. So it's either E or B. In this case, we also have C. All right, the next boy. So 1, 2, one among these two as 3, 4, A, B, C, E, and F. All right. So now, in this case, from among E and B, whom will we select? We will select E. Why? Because if E comes, it is okay. But if B comes, along with B, R should also come. That is a given condition. B and R have to be together, and R is a girl. We have no restriction on a girl, but we can't always say. So when you're choosing, you as well as prefer E. And the last guy is F. All right. Who is the other member among them? So who, if C is chosen, then Q has to come. Correct? Because in the second point they have given, statement 2, C cannot go with S, but statement 8, C and Q have to be together. Okay. So you have actually 2 options, either B and R, but in that case, no. In that case, you can't satisfy 5 boys. Because let us say you took A, you've taken D, okay, you've taken B. So the Other person is R. Okay, R is a girl, so let's keep her aside. You have F. So you can't satisfy the criteria of 5 boys. You have 1, 2, 3, and 4. The fifth boy cannot be E because B and E cannot go together. One of them you should choose. So this is not possible. So the possible option is this. So who is the other member? Q. A, D, E, C, and F are all the 5 boys. So who is Q? She is a girl. And your correct answer is Q. All of you clear with this example? Any doubts? Any confusions? How about others?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, how about you, Kusum?
Ma'am, I'm a little bit, I understood late, but I understood.
Okay, you understood there is no clarification required again on this?
Ma'am, I'll redo it again after the lecture so it will get clear.
Okay, fine. Okay, okay, fine. So if all of you are fine, then we'll move to the next example. Okay, if including P, the team has 3 girls, then the members are. Okay, so one person should be P. So if P is there, it means D cannot come. P and D cannot go together. A cannot come. If D is not there, A also cannot come. So these two cannot come. Next, which is the next option? Q. Fine. Okay, including P, you should have 3 girls. So one girl is done here. The second girl, Q. So if you take Q, it means C also should come. As per the thing, C and Q should always be together. So C also should come here. And if C is there, it implies S will not come. If S doesn't come, it also implies T will not come because S and T are always together. The next third girl that you have left out with is R, right? So if R comes, it means B also should come by default because B and R should go together. If B is coming, then E cannot join the team because B and E can never go together. So the next option, how many people are found? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The only option, all girls are done. Only one guy left out, that is F. So here they have given you only 5 people. That is, they have not included P here. So you have Q, C, R, B, and F. Q, C, R, B, and F. This answer, that is option A, is your correct answer. Fine with everyone? Hope nobody has a doubt here.
Yes, all clear.
No. Yes,
Okay,
ma'am. Okay.
okay, fine. So we'll move to the third example. If the team including C consists of 4 boys, then the member of the team other than C are. Okay, that's just like the previous question. That is, including C, they want 4 boys. So one boy is C. So if C is coming, then Q has to come. It's evident from the statements. So the next guy whom you can take will be this one. Who is it? A. So if you're taking A, D also should come. A and D are always together. Then you have 4 boys. So if you take B, that is the next boy, then you have R. R also should come in. So already 2 girls are done. One here, one here. And if B is coming, it means E will not come. They never go together. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 boys category is done. C, A, D, B, 4 boys are done. And 5 and 6, that is Q and R. This option is also there. Correct? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I hope you've come in. Yeah, C, Q, R, B, A, D. Correct. Uh-oh, the option is not mentioned here. Okay. Let's take the option. Okay, they've mentioned other than C. So
Ma'am, I think we have to take other than C option.
yes. So Q, A, D, B, and R. QADBNR. This is here. Okay, so this question is clear. How about others?
It's clear.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So the next example, if 4 members including E have to be boys, the members other than E. Okay, so E has to be there and 4 boys again. So first boy, that is E is done. So if E comes, it means B cannot come. It also means R will not come among 6. Right. So the next option you have for boys is A. So if you choose A, then you have D. If you have D, it also means P cannot come. They never go together. So you have 1, 2, and 3. 3 boys are done. 3 out of 6 and again 3 out of 4 also. The next is the only options are S and T. To form the team of 6, 2 girls you need. So S and T, because P is done. If you take Q, we'll come back to Q. Okay. So S and T. All right, you need to take 2 girls. You do not have another choice. So S and T always go together. All right. So now when you take S, it means C cannot come. They never go together. If C does not come, Q also will not join. So S and T, fine. So you need 4 boys. So 3 are done. The only boy left out is F for finishing it. So 2 and 3. The second and third set of boys are done here. Here is a fourth. So your team of 6, E, B, A, D, S, T, and F. All right. So yes, A, D, F, S, T. This answer.
B option. B option.
Yes. A, D, F, S, and T, and E. Correct. So all of you are fine with this?
Yes, ma'am.
What others? Yeah.
Yes,
All
ma'am.
right. Okay, moving to the fifth question. If 4 members have to be girls, then the members of the team are. Okay, so 4 members have to be there. So which means 2 boys should come in. So if you take P, which means D cannot come. If D does not come, then who will not join in? A also will not join. Okay, so 1 among the 4 girls are satisfied. Who's the second person? Q. So if you take Q, C should come. But if you take this one C, S will not come, T will not come. So 4 have to be girls. So this option cannot happen because you have only 5 girls and 2 are coming out. You need 4, but 2 are coming out. So you can't take this option. So that option will be ruled out. So you will not choose Q. So your option next will be R. So if R joins, B will come in. B has to come. If B comes, E cannot come. Okay, so you have 2 girls and 1 boy. Okay. The next option you need is S and T because they always come together. So you have P, R, S, and T as 4 girls. So if they are coming, then C cannot come. If C does not come, Q will also not join in. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the next person. Okay, oh, sorry, 3 and 4 is satisfied here with S and T. So to form a team of 6, you need 1 more person. And for that, you cannot have any other except for, you cannot have D amongst A, B, C, D, and E, and F. A is not possible, B is already there, C is not possible, D is not possible, E is not possible. The only option left out for us is F. So what is your team of 6? P, R, B, S, T, and F. Yes. So it is, okay, it starts with B. All right. So BF, yes, PRST. PRST, correct. BNF. Correct. This is your correct answer. Hope this type is clear for everybody. No confusions.
Yeah, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So we'll move to the next kind of puzzle, that is family-based puzzle. So in this type of puzzle, what happens is amongst the members of the family is given. Along with the relationship, they also give you some attributes or qualities or preferences. It could be their dressing sense or any such thing, probably their profession or any such thing along with the relationship is given. So it is indirectly the relationships will be conveyed with the help of preferences also that you will see in this example. You will understand that. So you will have to analyze and answer these questions. So let's take this example. It has two statements. In a family of six, PQ, RST, and U, there are three gents and three ladies. Two are married couples and two are unmarried. So when you tell two are married couples, four people are done here. And the other two are unmarried. Each one of them reads different newspapers. So Times of India, Indian Express, Hindustan Times, Business Herald, now Bharat Times, the Tribune. So I've given it in short over here. So T, that is among PQ, RSTU. T, who reads Indian Express, is the mother-in-law of P, who is wife of R. S is the father of U, and he does not read TOI or TT, that is Times of India or the Tribune. Q reads Navbharat Times, and she is the sister of U, who reads Hindustan Times. R does not read the Tribune. Okay. So among this, they've already or indirectly they've conveyed to us the three ladies. Who are they? T, who's the mother-in-law of P. P is wife of R, and Q. Q is the sister of U. Okay. So let us put them here. So T is the mother-in-law of P. So and P is the wife of R. So which means R is T's son, and R's wife is P. Okay. S is the father of U. So here one couple is done. They have told there should be two couples. One couple is done. And S is the father of U. So S, if he is a father, then he should be a part of the couple. So this is the only left out couple that you have. Correct? So S is the father of R as well as U, which means U and R both are brothers. Okay. Next. The next left out option is Q is the sister of U, which means S and T, their daughter is Q. Is this much clear to everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now we will start seeing who is reading what newspaper. So yes, T reads Indian Express. They all read different newspapers. That is clearly mentioned. All right. And okay, S is a father of you and he does not read TOI or TT. Okay. Q reads Navbharat Times. So it is NVT. Okay, and sister of you reads Hindustan Times. So among these papers, Indian Express, Hindustan Times, Navbharat Times, these are done. Now R does not read the Tribune. Okay, so R is left out with only Business Herald and TOI. That is Times of India. Okay, and U does not read Times of India. Okay, no, S does not read Times of India. So R is left out with only two options, Business Herald and Times of India. Among that, who is this? S, he does not read Times of India. So S has to read, S does not read Times of India. So S has no other option but Business Herald and the Tribune. So TOI, that is Times of India, is read by R.
Ma'am, S does not read Times of India or also the TT that you mentioned. Both. So only Business Herald is left for S.
R does not read the Tribune. Yes. Okay, you're talking about S. Okay. Yeah, we'll come back to that. I'll tell you. So one thing is, Times of India is read by R. This point is clear to all of you that R reads Times of India. Right. Yeah, you are right. So S does not read TOI or TT. So only Business Herald is left out for him. Yes, Nandini, you were right about this. And what is left out? Tribune. For whom? For P. So P reads the Tribune. Okay. Is this clear to all of you? Or you're stuck somewhere, you still have doubts?
Who was reading the TOI? Times of India?
R. Because R does not read the Tribune. So the only options left for R at that time was the Tribune, Business Herald, and Times of India. And the options left were R, P, and S. So S does not read TOI or even TT. So the only option left was BH, Business Herald. So at that point of time, what is left out? This one, Times of India and TT. So R does not read TT. So Times of India is the only option for R.
Okay.
Yeah. How about others? Hope your confusions are clarified.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So if so, then we'll move on to the questions. Okay. How many sons does D have? Answer.
So,
Correct. And who among the following reads TOI?
R.
Yes. And which of the following newspapers is read by P?
None of these.
The answer is none of these. Because we know T reads the Tribune, which is not mentioned here.
That
How is U related to T? See the chart that you've done, you will get to know. That is why the charts are built. Or you start drawing.
mother of,
U is the mother of T.
yeah. No, you is the son of T.
Correct. So U is the son of T. Hope everybody is clear with that. U is the son of T. Others? Kusum
Yeah,
and
ma'am.
yes, ma'am.
okay. Kusum, you still have doubts?
Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Okay. Anybody else in this meeting who still have doubts in this? Okay. Fine then. We'll move to the next question. Which of the following is one among the married couples? So we have two married couples. One is S and T. The other is R and P.
S and P and this. Yes.
ST, ma'am.
Correct. So it is very evident that it is S and T. Okay. So all of you are clear till here? No doubts, no
Yes, ma'am.
confusions? Okay. Then we'll move to the
Yes,
next one. All right. So the next is jumbled problems. When it comes to jumbled problems, the information is completely jumbled and there is huge amount of information given here. If you see the previous questions in this question, this is really big. All right. So yeah, that is what happens in jumbled problems. Huge amount of data regarding various qualities or various attributes will be given. All right. So you will have to, and this will not be in a particular order. It will be completely jumbled. So you will have to start figuring out where what comes. So let's start with an example of six men of literature, A, B, C, D, E, and F being considered here. Two belong to 17th century, three to 19th century, one to 20th century. Four were recognized as great poets, three as great novelists, and three as great dramatists. One contributed to Bengali, two to Hindi, two to Marathi, and one to Tamil literatures. 20th century writer wrote poetry only and contributed to Marathi literature. Other Marathi writers contributed to poetry, novel, and drama. One Hindi writer and the only Tamil writer. These two belong to the 19th century. The former, that is the Hindi writer, contributed to poetry and novels, while the latter, that is the Tamil writer, contributed to novel and drama. Bengali writer belonged to the 17th century, contributed to poetry alone. A belonged to 20th century and B wrote only drama. C contributed to Marathi literature. D was a Hindi poet and novelist, belonged to 19th century. E also belonged to 19th century. F contributed to poetry only. Okay, so let's start classifying them. You really need to prepare a clear classified data. All right, so before taking up the question, let's classify them. So you have six people who are in literature. So A, B, C, D, E, and F. And three things about them are given. That is, they belonged to which century, in which language they have their contributions, and in what genres. That is it a drama, poetry, or novel? Where did they contribute? So first thing they have given us to us is A is belong to 20th century. He's a 20th century uh, specialized person in literature. So how many people belonged to 20th century among six? Only one.
One.
Yes. So that is done here. Then what is given in the question? Yeah, what else is given in the question? A belonged to 20th century. B wrote only drama, whereas C contributed to Marathi literature. So the next is the language, and the third is the genre. So D contributed only to dramas, nothing more. And C contributed to Marathi literature. So out of two Marathi literature, one is done here. So we did here, A belonged to 20th century, B wrote only drama, C contributed to Marathi literature. D was a Hindi poet and novelist, belonged to 19th century. So D belonged to 19th century. He was a poet and novelist, P, N, and he contributed to Hindi literature. Right. So among two Hindi literature, one is done. Yeah, he's a Hindi poet and novelist. And E also belonged to the 19th century. F contributed to poetry only. Okay, E belonged to 19th century. F contributed to poetry only. Fine. What else is given from the beginning? Okay. Fine. The 20th century writer wrote poetry only. So 20th century writer wrote poetry only. That is A, contributed only in poetry and contributed to Marathi literature. So A was contributing to Marathi literature. Genre was poetry alone. So two Marathi literatures are done. Next, other Marathi writer contributed to poetry, novel, and drama, all three. So P, N, and D. And one Hindi writer and the only Tamil writer, both of them belonged to 19th century. Okay. One Hindi writer and the only Tamil writer. So among them, there should be one Tamil writer all alone. That person belonged to 19th century. Okay. The former, that is the Hindi, contributed to poetry and novel, while the latter contributed to novel and drama. Bengali writer belonged to 17th century, contributed to poetry alone. So Bengali writer who belonged to 17th century. So it could be either
I think
here.
that would be S.
I didn't hear you.
I think that would be S, right? 17th century contributed in Bengali culture.
Yes. And how did you come to that conclusion? Because contributed to poetry only. So yes, this person comes to 17th century. Also, the reason being that you're supposed to have four people from poetry. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So no more places poetry can be filled. That is a whole and sole reason we can confirm that F was the only person who contributed to poetry alone, belonged to 17th century, was a Bengali writer. Okay, right. Next, how many belongs to 17th century? Two people. Okay, so among them one is F. Fair. What are the other clues given for C, B, E? Okay, let's start decoding. One Hindi writer and the only Tamil writer. Okay, Hindi writer contributed to poetry and novel. The other contributed to novel and drama. Poetry and novel, this Hindi writer is done. So the only option left here is novel and drama. And who contributed to novel and drama? The one who has given in Tamil literature. So one Hindi literature, one Tamil literature, two Marathi literature, one Bengali literature is done. So the only option left out is Hindi literature because you're supposed to have two Hindi literatures. One is done. Okay. Now, among them, you're supposed to have three 19th centuries and two 17th centuries. So there was only one there's only one person who contributed to Hindi literature in 19th century. Very obvious that B, who has contributed to Hindi literature, had to belong to 17th century. That leaves us with C belonging to 19th century. Is this classification clear with everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
Others?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Then we'll move on to the example. To which language did we contribute? What is the answer?
Hindi.
The answer is Hindi. Fine. Among these, who was the Tamil writer? Who was it?
E.
Option C.
To which branch of literature did A contribute?
Poetry.
Poetry.
And among these, who was the Bengali writer?
F.
F.
To which branch of literature did C contribute?
All of these.
Yeah,
Correct.
all of these.
It's all of these. Okay, so are all of you thorough with this much? No doubts in this example or confusion? I mean, there's no doubts or
Yeah.
confusion in this example? Fine.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.